We're here near Trafalgar Square in London, and actually this is the little concrete island that's in front of Trafalgar Square. Now you'll see a statue right there of a man on a horse. That is King Charles I, and that is the only statue that was made during his time that is still surviving. He was the king that was beheaded by Oliver Cromwell, and all of the statues of him were ordered melted down. This one was hidden, and when his son came back into power about 17 years later, the guy that hid the statue sold it back to the king's son, and he had it installed here, facing the direction where his father had been executed. Now, right across the street is Trafalgar Square. You'll see the four lions that are around the Nelson column. That's Admiral Nelson on the top there. But what's of interest right here that you might want to look at behind me is the plaque that is on the ground behind the statue of King Charles. Now, this is a plaque to commemorate one of the locations where a cross was built originally. It's no longer here, but several crosses were built along the funeral procession for Queen Eleanor, and the one here, Charing Cross, is the 0 point for London. So if you ever look on a map and see how far it is to London, it's measured to this very spot right here. Looking down this direction, Ben Franklin had a house on Craven Street. He lived down there. Okay, now we're on the other side of the road where Trafalgar Square is. And here's a good view of Nelson's column and the four lions that are around it. The lions were actually made from, I guess, modeled from dead lions that were taken from the London Zoo. There's Nelson on the top. The other side of the corner there's the world's smallest police station. It's merely a broom closet now, but at one point they used to keep an officer in there to monitor protest and civil unrest, since it seemed to originate in this square here. Now you notice several fountains here in Trafalgar Square. They're very nice and decorative. The reason they were originally installed was to limit how many people could actually be in the square at the same time during a protest. So they were put in place for that reason. Very nice. Now that building you see behind the fountains with the dome on the top is the National Gallery. It's a world-class art gallery. Very nice. If you get a chance, go in there. There's no charge to go in. Over to the left, you see some Canadian flags. That is the Canadian High Commission these days. The building is the Oceanic Building. And this building was owned by the White Star Line. Now, if that sounds familiar, those are the people that had the Titanic built. They were the owners of the Titanic. They later merged with the Cunard shipping lines, formed one company. Now you'll see a piece of Assyrian art here on the top. This is the only one of the four columns that doesn't actually have a person on it. And evidently the gentleman that was supposed to go up there, his estate was bankrupt at the time of his death, so they didn't have any money to make a statue of him. So it remained empty for a number of years, and now it just hosts random artwork. So every few months you'll see that change to something else, and there's been quite a collection that has been displayed up on that column. Off to the right you'll notice a large Christmas tree. These trees have been delivered to London once a year since 1947 as a gift from the people of Oslo, Norway. It looks fabulous at night when it's lit up. So if you're in town around the Christmas time, come over here. And if it's not this tree, there will be most likely another tree in its place during the month of November, December. Another thing at Trafalgar Square that just about everybody misses because it's so small is this plaque over here, which is the Imperial standards for measurement. So there was 3 copies of these made in the 1800s, and you could take whatever device you had for measurement, compare it to the standard, make sure they matched. They're in the side of this wall here. Rarely seen by tourists in the crowded Trafalgar Square. You'll notice it even mentions the temperature at which these items are accurate. Now, it's not that crowded at the time of this filming, but I've seen it where it's so crowded you could barely walk through here. So the earlier you get here during the day, the better off you are, avoiding a crowd. But while you're down here, make sure you go in and see the National Gallery. It is world class. Some of the best paintings you can imagine are in there. Then a quick look at Trafalgar Square, in the center of London. December 2018. All right, thanks for watching.